sense. Mother was a victim, father beat the system by moving bricks to Brixton and learning how to fix them. Liberate your sons and daughters. The bush is high, but in the hole there's water. As you wish you'll be the whole of the law, and if it don't feel good, what are you doing it for? Now tell me, hey, oh, here she go, either a little too high or a little too low. Got no self-esteem and vertigo, cause she thinks she's made of candy. Hey, oh, here she go, either a little too loud or a little too close. Got a hurricane at the back of her throat, she thinks she's made of candy.
Richard Brush, delighted to see you back playing first team football. What do you make of that clean sheet? Great result.
Yeah, great result. You know, it's obviously the clean sheet helps as well, especially after last Sunday at Cork. Yeah. You know, the late goal and the way it happened. So great to get a win, great to get a clean sheet.
Limerick definitely posed a challenge to you, but there wasn't many clear-cut chances for you to get in front of.
Yeah, you know, obviously Limerick have got some great players. You know, they caused us a few troubles early on against the wind. They had a few chances, and then, you know, they posed a bit of a threat second half, but I think we defended well as a unit, you know, and we kind of snuffed it out.
It's been a bit of a tough season for yourself. To finally be getting first team games in must be nice though.
Yeah, it is. You know, obviously with the goalkeeper it's tough. You have to wait for either an injury or, you know, a dip in form, which with the goalkeepers I've been behind, unfortunately doesn't really happen. So unfortunately for Barry, he picked up an injury and then the manager kind of ran with it.
Are you enjoying being back at Shamrock Rovers, even if maybe the game time hasn't been as great as you would have expected?
Yeah, you know, I know the setup. I know most of the lads I played with from years ago, and a couple of lads from Sligo as well, and I know the setup and the way it works. So, you know, it's great to be back.
And finally, you know, this is a good win for Shamrock Rovers and their rise up. I mean, the title challenge looks a bit maybe sort of far away, but you know, it's only the break. Anything can happen next half.
Yeah, that's it. You know, the breaks come at a bad time for us really when you look at the start we had and then the results we've been kind of pulling out lately. But you know, we'll go away, we'll have our rest time, and hopefully come back again firing on all cylinders.
Brilliant. Well, it was really nice to speak to you again. Thanks. Ken O'Man, great result, great clean sheet, and especially considering Limerick did cause you a bit of trouble early on.
But obviously, the lad Gaffney up front, he's a decent player. I think going forward they're not a bad side, but I thought, especially playing with the wind, we had to make it count the first half, and we did. It's, as you can see, the conditions weren't great really. The pitch is great, but it was just the wind was causing havoc. So we knew if we got a goal, say in the first half, then we could maybe, you know, as I said, make the most of the conditions, and then we knew probably in the second half we'd probably come under the cosh a little, because it is a strong wind. But delighted with the wind, delighted with the little run that we've put on, and hope it continues.
The break comes at sort of the worst time for you, considering how the form's going.
Yeah, it kind of comes at a bad time. It kind of knocks you off your run, but hopefully now the week's break will do us good, and we come back refreshed anyway. Still a long way to go. You never know what can happen, you know.
You mentioned, it's a long way to go with the way the results are going, especially with, Sligo Rovers starting to drop points. St Pat's lost tonight. The title challenge, which it would have looked like it was out of reach a couple of weeks ago, you never know now.
You don't. That's the thing. You don't know what way this league's going to go. It's into the business end of things now. After this break, so you never know. If you just keep winning your games, I don't even think we're worrying about who's going to win the league. Are we going to challenge and all that?
Yeah.
I think at the moment we're just taking
one game at a time.
I know it's an old cliche, but I think that's the best way to do it, and that's what we have been doing. We're not looking ahead. We're just looking for every Friday night, like after from one week to another. So
Is that one of the big differences between sort of this season and last year? Where last year, after the year before, there was a lot of big expectations, whereas now you're just sort of taking that one game at a time and sort of look at things?
Yeah, well, I think there is big expectation of Shamrock Rovers, no matter what way you look at it.
But last year was sort of spectacular.
Yeah, well, I know the year before that, and then you had last year was a disappointing year. There's no doubt about it. I think you have to look at Shamrock Rovers have to be challenging for the title every year, and that's just the way. And some people say you should be winning it every year, So, but it's not as easy as that in this league. You know yourself in this league. Anyone can beat anyone on a day. You don't turn up on your day, and you can get turned over. Bottom can beat top. You know what I mean? So
UCD have beat.
Yeah, well, that's it. So you take every day, every game that comes, and if you start looking ahead of yourself, that's when you'll trip up. So I suppose it's come at a bad time, but it means we have a couple of bodies out injured. We actually have a few bodies out injured, so the break, I suppose, but it's like that for every team. It probably gives the lads a chance to get back quicker, so we have a full strength squad. So I suppose it has its pros and its cons, really.
Alright, well, thanks very much. Stephen Bradley, tough result to take, especially considering you defended well and there was a couple of chances there for you to get that goal.
Yeah, I think in the first half especially we had, I think, 2 1-on-1s only 5 yards out, and the keeper makes 2 great saves. I think if we score them, it changes the game, but to be fair to them, they're a good side and they got the goal and did well.
How difficult is it, as a Limerick player? You were here last year when you were a first division team. How difficult is it to come to a stadium like Tallaght in conditions like this and try to attack and play the Limerick way?
I'd actually prefer coming to these sort of places where it's going to be a good game, a good footballing game. Where we like to play football so today, and I think you've seen it tonight. There was 2 teams trying to play attacking football. Sometimes the conditions didn't allow for it, but we tried. So I prefer to come to these places.
You're saying you prefer to it. Does it really help that you've had this half a season of experience playing at Thomond Park? Definitely the biggest stadium in the league. I mean, unless you're in Lansdowne, you're not going to be playing anywhere bigger than that this year.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I think Thomond's pitch is the best in the country by a mile. And playing on a big pitch like that helps us play our passing game. So when we come to places like this, the lads don't get faced by stadiums or crowds or big pitches.
And finally, could I just ask you, the break probably comes at a good time for Limerick, where the results are getting a bit shaky. You have a couple of weeks to regroup and just come back next half of the season and just push up that table.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think the last 2 results haven't been good. Although tonight's performance was a lot better than last week. I think, like you said, we go away for the break, we come back and we put a run of results together and we push back up the table.
Alright, well, it was nice to speak to you again, man. Trevor Crawley, good result against Limerick, and they did pose you a few challenges on Richard Bush's goal.
Yeah, they did early doors. They had 2 chances. Richard was fantastic for both of them. After that, then I don't remember them having. We were very solid. We were really solid and played well. First half in particular, we created lots of chances, and then even in the second half, we had chances. Stephen shot. There's quite a few chances, so we done well.
You're probably cursing that the break comes at the time that it does.
Not really, you've got to deal with it. We knew the break was coming, so it is what it is. So
just creating momentum going into this.
Yeah, there's positives as well. Some more players will be back from injury, so you've got to find the positives.
And Limerick, obviously not an easy team to play, and especially they'd probably be more used to playing on the big pitch at Tallaght Stadium than other teams who'd come here.
Yeah, they're a good side. They've lots of good players. The weather probably disturbed the game a little bit, to be honest. The wind was down one way and then it was swirling, and it was kind of a little bit all over the place at times. But I thought we coped with it quite well and played well.
You're starting to get these good results. You're starting to grind out these wins, and it's boding well for the second half of the season where anything can happen.
Yeah, it looks great. And, as I said, we'll have guys back. So Mark Quigley will be back. He'll be nearly like a new signing. Mark, he's not played too many games.
Yeah, of course.
We've got other boys. Jason will be back. So we've lots of players coming back now at this minute. Daniel Ledwith will be back. Dave Elibert. So it'll be good. It'll be good for the squad.
All right. Well, thanks very much. It's always a pleasure. Danny, Galbraith, tough result. Coming to Tallaght and getting anything out of Shamrock Rovers would be difficult. So, only 1-0 down, not the worst.
No, I mean, if we took a chance in the first half, I think we could have broke the scoring. So it was disappointing to lose the game and to concede a goal the way we did. The break probably comes at the right time for you. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's ever a good time, but I mean, you would prefer to come off the back of a few good results, which is disappointing. But I suppose that gives us a chance to regroup and hopefully push on after the break.
And for yourself, how have you found this whole Ireland experience now? You're into June.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it so far. I mean, it's good to be playing football, and like I said, in terms of the team and myself as well, I just hope to push on after the break.
And you know, is it very, very different from being in Scotland? Obviously, a lot of much smaller stadia here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, maybe refer to the stadium being a bit different. But you know, I think the standards are a lot better than people might think. Yeah, and I think you know, it's been good so far, and I've enjoyed to be playing.
And you know, it was tough to sort of get back into playing after what was a really, really tough last few months at Hibs with Finland.
Oh, yeah, it was difficult, but like I said, I'm glad just to put that behind me now, and to be playing every week here has been great. And
finally, you know, could I just ask you? You're obviously a Scottish guy. You've played in the league, and there's a big story going on. You know what I'm going to ask you about the Hearts situation. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think from the outside, it's obviously disappointing. Hearts are one of the biggest clubs in Scotland, and you just need to look at what happened to Rangers and how that affected the league and how other teams have suffered since then. So I think regardless who you support, you've got to look at the bigger picture. I think if anybody, if they're really being honest, would say the league would be better with Hearts in it. So hopefully,
especially for Hibs.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Hearts would probably be the third biggest side in Scotland after Celtic and Rangers. So to lose Rangers and then to lose Hearts would be a big blow. It'd be a massive blow to Scottish football. So hopefully they can sort it out.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure, man. Thanks. Sorry, Ryan. Tough result to take, especially considering, you know, it was like you're like Shamrock Rovers. They didn't really pose too many threats to you, and you dealt with most of their threats, and it was a tough goal to concede.
It was a hard goal. It's from a set piece. That's the disappointing thing. So whatever else they threw it as we dealt with, they used the wind to their advantage. But it's from a set piece. It's disappointing.
Yeah, and you know, like the break probably comes at exactly the right time for you.
Yeah, it is. It's coming at a nice time, right? We've had a few bad results, but we have a week off now. We're back in Sunday week, so we'll have to move on from there.
And you know, like how tough has this sort of start to the season been? Because you know, Limerick probably with the players you've signed up probably would have expected to be a tiny bit higher in the table.
We don't expect to be anywhere on the table. Other people might think that, but as I said, we have a new squad, new manager, so I think we've done really well to get the points we've on the board already. So I think we've done really well.
And have you enjoyed the Thomond Park experience this season?
It's been brilliant. The facilities are fantastic. Next game now is at home and the pitch is going to be immaculate, so we just got to look forward to that.
Does it prepare you for coming to stadiums like Tallaght to be able to play on a big pitch, whereas you know maybe sort of teams in or around your area wouldn't be used to playing big huge pitches?
At the end of the day, pitch is a pitch. It's grass, it's 2 goals. Everyone has to play in it.
It's true, but like if you're playing in the likes of Thomond and then the next week you have to go to the Carlisle grounds, it's going to be very different to adapt, is it?
It's not really, no. It's every individual to themselves. Like a pitch is a pitch. You're out to do a job, play soccer, so you've got to get on with it.
All right, well, thanks very much. Robbie Williams, tough result, especially considering you created the chances to score against Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah, coming to Shamrock, it's a big club in Ireland, and we had the chances to score, but like you say, you come into a big club, you've got to take your chances. You know what I mean? We had 2 or 3 clear-cut chances, and apart from that, we're an even game, I guess. The
break probably comes at exactly the right time for you guys.
Yeah, it does. We've had a tough few games last 3 weeks, and now we get 2 weeks to rebuild ourselves. And touch wood, we've got a nice run of games coming up where we can get ourselves back up the league. You know.
And you know, like how have you found this Ireland experience? You're halfway through the season now. Talk to me a bit about it.
I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect when I first come over, but I'm enjoying it. And lads are great, and we're doing all right. We probably need a few more players in the transfer window, but like I said, we've got a decent run of games coming up, and we'll see what happens.
How have you found Thomond Park? It's very different from playing at Plymouth and sort of stadiums in that level of England. It's that bit bigger, you know.
It is a big stadium. I've played in big stadiums before. Like I've been everywhere, to be honest. This is my 8th club. You know what I mean? So I've played at some big stadiums. So Thomond Park is you know what I mean?
Pretty fantastic.
It is a great stadium. The only thing we don't fill it, so the atmosphere is not great. You know what I mean? So you have to get yourself up for the games. But no, I'm used to it. Like.
And finally, could I just ask you, this season, Limerick with the players you've signed, probably think you could be a tiny bit higher up the table than maybe you should, than maybe the league shows.
Yeah, maybe so. But we've had a few injuries and we've had a few niggles and stuff. So mid-table at the halfway point, I think Gaffer had took that. You know, one of the games we've got coming up and that, like the winnable games. So who knows? We could end up back into 4th place after 3 or 4 more games.
As a newly promoted team, just consolidating your position in the league, which you have done, is probably decent.
Yeah, that's what the Gaffer wants. You know what I mean? Once you get safe and then you kick on and see how good you can get. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, it was a pleasure to talk to you, man. Stuart Taylor, 1-0 results is always going to be tough to take.
Very much so. I felt that we had 2 fantastic chances, 2 1-on-1s early on in the first half, and if we'd have taken that, it would have certainly been a totally different game altogether. But we didn't take our chances, so goals change games once again, and we lost a goal from a set piece, which isn't like us. But it's part and parcel of football. We need to go and learn from that, and we're being punished in the last couple of weeks for individual mistakes.
The way results have gone the last couple of weeks, I'd say you're dying for this break to just get a chance to recuperate, just get back into that form.
Not at all. We've got a break. It's came around in mid-season where it's quite strange, but we'll go and give our players a little break. We want to be playing games every week. We think that having the break
is it tough for the players to sort of to take that they have to go away and then come back and sort of
it's not tough. It's not tough at all. It's just it's not as if we need a break, because we're playing well. We're doing the right things, and we're not too far away from things. As I said, with 2 chances early doors that we could have went 2-0 up.
And finally, it's half the season's gone in your first season managing in Ireland. How have you found the whole managing in the League of Ireland experience? Is a very, very different from Scotland.
I've enjoyed it. It's a great bunch of players that I've got. It's a good club. It's an ambitious club. A fantastic bunch of supporters. I'm in love with every minute of it. I'd just love to have had more positive results, for the supporters and for the club, and I think we had merited a few better results in what we got out of games. But that's football. You've got to go and take your chances.
And on that, all right. Thanks very much.